The Synchronicity, a solo cast for this week. We're doing on a Monday. Is it a Monday? September 9th, number 9. How many people get that reference? Some, hopefully. It's the Beatles, you guys. The Beatles. This episode, we're just going to get right to it. We're going to go right into the techniques when I get to them. Did you think I was just going to start and get right into something you want to hear? No, I'm going to hit you with some other shit first, and then I'm going to do it because that's how you do it on our podcast. Have you heard podcasts before? That's what you do. So I just want to let people know I am getting all of your communications. I am responding to all of them. I'm up to date. It's Monday. I cleared it. All the things I needed to do, I got done, and now I'm doing this. So thank you for them. Some of the things you guys have been asking for, sharing with, not only via email and the forum on the website, but on Instagram, on Twitter. It's great. I'm loving it. And we've been getting some really big questions related to depression and physical ailments and all of those things. And we'll get to some of those in another episode, a questions episode, which, I try to wait for maybe like 7 really good questions. Not some of the questions I respond right there, but 7 good ones is what we're looking for. And we're pretty close. I haven't counted them. I don't know. Maybe there's already 7, whatever. And the tarot stuff is going so wonderfully. You'll hear about it in all the other episodes. I tweeted out today. Sometimes you question when you're doing something, especially if you're charging money for it. You're like, well, is this okay? Should I be doing this? And then the way you feel and the way the person you're doing a reading for feels after, and I've had this for friends and for people who've hit me up, it's just like the biggest confirmation. Like you don't even doubt it at a certain point. So if you're interested in tarot readings, you can go to syncpodcast.com/tarot and see what's going on. And if you were like, you know what, I would like one, but I don't have the money right now, then hit me up. Let's try to figure out a way so you can get that money so you can pay for a good tarot reading. How about that? All right, that's what's going on. Oh, and I have to mention it. I'm sorry. It's going to bother a subset of you, but the Miami Dolphins, what a shit show. Holy fucking shit. But the Dolphins, some of you are like, sports are dumb. I don't care. Sports are not dumb. They're cool. Don't judge sports. But the Dolphins and shitty teams like the Dolphins, they'll teach you the importance of non-attachment. This year, for the first year, I'm finally enjoying the Dolphins sucking shit. I'm enjoying it. It's liberating. I have no expectations. Every win is literally a miracle. So, they are garbage. They lost 59-10. So yeah, get ready to hear some Miami Dolphins stuff in every episode. It's just how it is. If you're a Dolphins fan, I feel you. Okay, now we're getting to the techniques. We filtered out all the people who couldn't hear me talk about the Miami Dolphins and tarot and all this other shit. Sorry. Well, bye-bye, people. Catch you next time. Here are the techniques. Okay. We're going to go over the following techniques. I have them written down and I have to pull them up. I am very prepared. I do this for a living. Okay, pulling them up right now. Here we go. Here's what we're going to cover. We're going to go over all 7. Got a thing for the number 7 today. I don't know why. Here are the 7 techniques we're going to cover right now. Have any questions? Email me, noah@syncpodcast.com. Hit me up. We'll go over this shit. Okay. Number 1, and my chair is squeaky and it might be picked up by the mic and you're just gonna have to deal with it. Go donate. Go fucking donate to the show and then I can get a better mic and a better chair. I'm not spending my money that I have to spend on my children on a chair just yet. It's good enough. Squeaks a little bit. If it bothers you, go donate. Okay. I'm good at this. All right. Here are the techniques. Number 1, imaginal scene, a visual one. Technique number 2, imaginal scene, an audio one. I also refer to that as using your friend's voice as an angel. Depending on how that sits with you, we'll just call it imaginal scene, audio. That's number 2. Number 3, the art of revision. Number 4, how to pray. Number 5, Imaginal Love, new technique. It's called Imaginal Love. Number 6, day of the week plus seasonal scenes, new technique. Haven't talked about it. And then number 7, kind of meta technique. Feeling is the secret. Oh, and I wrote it down, Ciceret. I'm gonna fix that right now because that's not how you spell that, and I would look like an idiot. I put that out. Ciceret. Yeah, feeling is the Ciceret. It's the secret. So we're gonna talk about that, and that encompasses all of them. We'll go over some techniques, how you can skip all of these techniques once you just get into the full clicking in of what is going on. But these techniques are incredibly useful if you're not familiar with this, or you're getting your feet wet, or you're an intermediate, or you're almost to the point where it's clicking in all the time. That's why I use these things. I still use them because they're good. They're helpful. But I'm getting close to number 7, where feeling is the secret. Okay, number 1, let's go through imaginal scene. I'm not going to give you any bullshit. I'm just going to go right to it. Number 1, imaginal scene visual. Pick your desire. Pick your wish. Pick the thing you are interested in having express and unfold in this world. As you're going to sleep at night or anytime, enter a drowsy-like state, a state akin to sleep, the liminal boundary between going to sleep and being asleep. Construct a short, compact scene. Load it with sensory vividness. The most important thing, load it with the feeling of how you would actually feel had the wish been fulfilled. This is going to be a scene directly following the thing you wanted happening. Then you go to sleep, or you get up out of the chair or your bed, and you carry on. Do no extra steps. Take no extra steps to make your thing happen. Carry on. Do what you got to do. Just don't sweat it. Carry it around like a fragrance. Then watch it unfold in your world. That's number 1, visual. Number 2, I'm bringing this up because there are a lot of people, some people can't visualize things. And if you're one of those people, this is for you. Even if you can visualize, why not get accustomed to doing this in a variety of ways? Okay. Number 2, imaginal scene audio. Some of you are loving this, by the way, and some of you are hating it. Some of you want to hear me ramble on about everything. Some of you are like, thank God, he's finally just talking about this shit. All right. Number 2, imaginal scene audio. Do the same thing that I recommended. 1, find your desire, find your wish, find the liminal boundary between sleep, a state akin to sleep. In this place, construct a scene that says you hear a friend, a voice of a friend, or a voice of someone you know and love saying, congratulations, or whatever it is confirming the thing. So let's say you wanted a lot of money. You would hear a friend say, wow, it's amazing that you have that job, or you do that thing that pays you a lot of money all the time and it's guaranteed. Something like that. Use the audio version of the imaginal scene. Just keep replaying it. Whenever your mind wanders with either of these first 2, snap it back. Snap it back to this short scene. Keep it short. Okay? That's the encapsulation of both of those. Keep it short, keep it simple, keep it sensory vividness, and the feeling. The feeling is the most important thing. I cannot say that enough. The feeling is what locks it into the unconscious. We're not going to go into all the metaphysical stuff today, all right? We're just going to go to the techniques. Number 3, the art of revision. This is particularly useful for people who are dealing with past emotional trauma, psychological trauma, physical trauma, any of those things. You're going to find the boundary, a state akin to sleep. In this place, you are going to use a visual or audio scene that revises a traumatic scene and implants and incepts a different version that actually happened that led to the trauma, but one that you know would have been the best way to handle it. Whether you overreacted or you did something wrong that led to something, or vice versa, some other person, as though there's a thing. Just rewrite it. That's all. You may feel silly, you may feel goofy, whatever. Go to sleep, wake up, and just watch what happens. That's number 3, the art of revision. I went over that pretty quickly. That's easily the most applicable and important one for now. We're in September 2019, leading up until 2020. That's the one. That's the one. If you keep noticing little patterns and karmic shit coming up for you, art of revision, that's the one for you. Okay, number 4, prayer, right? What is prayer? How do we pray? We want something. How do we get it? What is prayer? Prayer is imagination plus faith. Imagination, we know, we just covered a bunch of scenes, what the imagination is. Faith, what's faith? Loyalty to the unseen world. Belief that the unseen will unfold and be expressed. Okay, how do we do that? So we use these techniques, and then if you're doubting or you're fearing or you're worrying or saying, that's not how things work, you can just say, all right, you know what? I use my imagination. I have faith, which is I believe that the things that maybe are not right in front of me right now are going to happen. That's how you pray. Don't pray to an external God. Don't pray to an external goddess. Don't pray to anything outside of you unless you fundamentally and fully understand that it's within you. And if you're praying to something external, recognize you are praying to some projection of you and know that fully. Don't do a little dance with yourself where you trick yourself into, oh, well, yeah, it's me. It's you. It's you. It's you. It's you. Pray to yourself. The God is within you. You can project it out if that makes it more comfortable, but know it's you. And that's how you pray. Imagination plus faith equals prayer. Okay, that's it. Number 5, here's a new technique. The premise is this is an intermediate to advanced technique. You have to be comfortable with realizing you're God. And if that doesn't freak you out in either direction, then this is a good technique for you. Every mystic throughout time has said the same thing. Love of God is paramount. Just do it. It's super important to love God. They all say that. Just go look them up, from Rumi to all of the good ones. That's the spectrum, Rumi to all of the good ones. They all talk about how love of God is paramount. So what is God? God is that sense of I am in your head. When you wake up to that, it's called Jesus Christ. But when you fully wake up to it and you realize the I amness that's serving you up your desires is God, all the thing constantly mentioned, source, energy, universe, whatever you want to call it, that's it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. That's it. That's all you do is just keep loving the thing that's being served up to you. And if it feels like, if you want a little beacon, if you want a little like, how do I know this is okay? Use equanimity, equipoise, balance, and harmony. If those feelings are all internal feelings, no matter what's going on, that's good. Keep with it. And I recorded a couple episodes where the guest emphasized this, and I really just cannot say it enough. It's good to do. Those are your internal beacons. If you feel at peace, if you feel that this is the right decision, it is. It is. So just love your imagination. Love it deeply and fully. If that feels weird, then have that be something that you write down. Oh, and that's the other thing. With all of these techniques, you can write your desires and states of consciousness down. You don't have to. It helped me. I still do it, but it's kind of like a game I'm playing more than like knowing I have to do it. I like it, so I do it. But don't get attached to it, because it isn't like if you don't have a pen and paper one night, it's still going to work. It's okay. It happened to me. It's not a big deal. All right, number 6 technique, day of the week and seasonal scenes. So have you ever noticed that, like, today's a Monday when I'm recording this. Mondays feel like Mondays. And you can say, oh, because it's work and all that, but you know what a Monday feels like. You ever, like, it's a Thursday and you're like, this feels like a Tuesday. Or like, this Saturday feels like a Sunday. And like sometimes there's some reason, like there's a holiday or something, but you know what these days of the week feel like. So that's super cool, because that means you have a feeling of what a day feels like. Why am I saying feel like? Feels like. There's also seasons, right? Times of the year, wherever you are, that feel differently climate-wise. Granted, we're shifting a little bit in terms of what the planet's doing right now, but you generally know what it feels like to be in summer, spring, winter, fall, not in that order. And basically just that's another feeling you have. So what you can do, some people have been writing in and asking me, like, how long do I do this for? When do I let it go? Like, how do I know when it's going to happen? And for the most part, don't worry about the means. That's all I can say. Worry about the end, live from the end, feel the end. But let's say you want to pin it to something in this reality, because that's kind of fucking fun, right? That's fun and a cool thing to do. Use the days of the week. So when you're using any of those scenes I mentioned, well, revision, you wouldn't do the day of the week or the season. That would be weird. I guess you could try that out. I don't know. I haven't tested it. So, but anything in the future, right? Or anything close to the present, you can use these day of the week feelings and embed those into your imaginal scenes, and then watch what happens. Because then it'll be something like random Friday or Saturday and you're feeling good, you would, and then the thing is going to happen. It's like, oh shit, I didn't know I could do that. So really this leads directly into the meta 7th thing, which is the whole point of all of this stuff is to get you to feel what's going on. So you notice your desire from nothing, you're aware of a desire, then you feel the desire, then you allow it to happen. And the way you allow it to happen is you believe it. And the way you believe it is you felt it. So that's kind of the meta. That's the whole thing. That's everything. All of these techniques are like these fancy window dressing that you can test empirically, because you need some system. You don't need, but it's helpful to have a system that you can test empirically, but you embed the feeling in. That leads to belief. You keep doing that. You test it, you test it, you test it, you pressure test it, you try to break it, and then it keeps working. And then you're like, oh shit, okay, that's actually how it works. I get it. Now what? we'll deal with the now what's in future episodes, but feeling really is the secret. Every mystic, every person, everyone throughout time has been very clear that the emotional feeling aspect, the belief that something is going to happen, the assumption that something has happened, and you're just letting thy will be done, just allowing it to happen, that's the secret, right? Now, since I keep saying the word the secret, I want to be clear about how this is different in my idea as the secret and the law of attraction. The physical reality is an after effect, right? The idea that you're going to pull something towards you in this world works because we believe it works, and we take this world to be a literal and not a metaphor and not a under the surface type of place, because we experience it as that. I'm not denying that. But the real truth is it's an effect. It's an effect. The cause is your imagination, and you can prove that. And you can prove that in any number of directions, in the multiverses, like Duncan mentioned. You can do all of these different things, but first prove to yourself that that's how it works. So feel it, believe it, know it. And if you find yourself batting it around and threshold guardians are popping up internally or externally, recognize them, wish them well, try not to react. Like I said, 3 months here to reset these karmic balances down to zero for everyone. And I really, it's just what it feels like is happening. Go talk to some of your friends about this. Even if they're not aware, they're probably just working through it. Because we're in these transitory periods of time where you wake up and be like, something shifted. What the fuck was that? And yeah. Oh, and also leading into the guest episode this week, I sat down with Jessa Reed from Method in the Mormon, or Mormon in the Method, and Soberish, and she's just a cosmic delight. And so stay tuned for that. That episode is going to be either highly enjoyable to you or just be like, these people are insane. What the fuck just happened? Maybe both, probably both, but that's a good one. Stay tuned for that. Really, it's just going to be a treat. That's it. Tarot, go check it out. I mentioned rate and review this podcast if you're into that kind of thing. MindPod Network, I haven't mentioned it in a little bit. There's a whole podcast network of people like me in different shades and gradients. Maybe not as weird, maybe more weird, maybe less weird, maybe more abrasive, maybe less abrasive. MindPodNetwork.com is the place. You checked all those people out. We're adding new people. We're doing cool things. It's popping. Live event. Gonna try to do something in LA this year. I'm definitely coming to LA. I'm planning the trip now in November. I actually have to let people know what's going on and figure that out. So hopefully this week I'll do that. But yeah, there'll be live events going on all over the place. It's a thing. We're doing it. It's fun. We like it. It's interactive. Anyway, that's going on. So that's it. And I will see you in a couple of days or a few days. I don't know when, with a new episode with a guest. Enjoy the techniques. Any questions, you know what to do. Happy imagining.